Hello everyone, welcome back to the Moonshadow Mystery channel. As always, I'm your rainbow-eyed bug pony host, Compound Eyes. Better known to you as Moonshadow Mystery the Changeling. Okay, Moonshadow the Changeling. And today we're continuing with a segment of our series, or rather of our channel, known as Moonshadow Explores. A segment in which we randomly explore various things, either related to a video game location in which open world exploration and construction is possible. For examples of that, Fallout 4. For other examples, you could consider Subnautica, which we do not yet have. We are working on that. We would love to have that, actually. That'd be absolutely fantastic. But for other ones like that, consider Minecraft, which we do have. We've not done anything with it yet. If that's something you'd like us to do, let us know with a hashtag Minecraft in the comment section down below, please and thank you. But as you can tell, we're going to continue with Moonshadow Explorers Fallout 4. And as you can see, we're in a glorious chrome-plated X01 suit of power armor. Though I don't think the shoulders are right. Give me a half a second here. To check this thing, because it's going to bother me. That's why. That's right, I did not have all the parts I needed. Okay, that explains it. Yeah, it's a partial X01 with T60 parts to fill it out. But yeah, this is the Chrome Paint job, which is available in the Bethesda Creation Club for Fallout 4 players. And it is very nice. For those who like a clean, polished look, this is definitely the one for you. You'll have to forgive my dog bots. As you can see, 117 and 667 are sporting the wolf armor, while 007 is sporting the power armor, and Dalamink's just wearing standard armor. We currently have Kate, who is sporting a set of combat armor, part of which is branded with the Gunner's logo, part of which is not, and she's wearing a pack helmet. Whereas oh, that's right, she's also sporting a military backpack with a Gunner's insignia and medical gear, whereas I am sporting the survival pack and combat armor and a synth helmet, all brandished with the Brotherhood armor scheme. These schemes are all available in the Bethesda Creation Club. Which brings us down to the meat of our video. We are going to be exploring a few new settlements, which is part of why we're here in front of Drumlin Diner. But we're also going to be taking a look at some of the new mods that are available. You may be asking, why of all places are we starting at the Drumlin Diner? I mean, there's literally nothing here aside from that brief quest early in the game where you can intervene or ignore the proprietors as they're being shaken down by a group of raiders. And you also may be asking, what the heck is that in the distance? Well, let me pause and answer both things real quick. First, Drumlin Diner is really close to a early settlement you can encounter if you go in a straight southeastern line from, of course, Sanctuary, past the Red Rocket, through Concord, and then follow southwest slightly to Drummond in an effort to get to Diamond City. Now, the area that is going to be the first settlement we explore is the Starlight Drive-In, which is just behind Drumlin. As for what is over there, we installed 2 new mods recently. Well, 3 if you count the update for the Wasteland Codex, which we might touch on lightly. The first of those mods actually makes the various enemies in the Commonwealth harder to beat. They give them a significant health bonus, which makes them more of a challenge. This is useful for us because we're level 94, and that means we have to fight a little bit harder. Unless, of course, you're brandishing Adam's Judgment, in which case, you know, you're basically One Punch Man with a hammer. The other one is a special mod that actually allows you to encounter random DLC monster creatures from Nuka World and Far Harbor in the Commonwealth. Now, from a logic standpoint, this makes sense. With the collapse of society, the damage to various structures caused by the bombs, and the close proximity between Boston and the Far Harbor, Maine, plus the fact that you encounter a number of creatures in Far Harbor who feast on death claws of all things, and yet never see a single death claw in Far Harbor, this makes the lore a lot more friendly. It also gives us new enemies to encounter in random places. As an experienced wastelander, I can tell you right now, that is a fog crawler. And I do not want to get up close and personal with it. So we're going to slide down here. And I believe we're going... No, I believe I tried that last time. It did not bode well for me. We're going to slide right down here to one of my custom weapons. We're going to go with my Sentinel's minigun, which is sporting the Brotherhood of Steel paint job. And we're going to see if we can... Oh, and we got a Gulper fighting our fog crawler. Come on, die, you giant shrimp! Where'd the Gulper go?
Shite! What happened to them? Over here! Over here! Dying time is here. Damn it! Loading the
That was weird. Yeah, I've been having that random issue where for some reason creatures seem to just either dart randomly in an opposite direction or disappear entirely. But yes, because gulpers tend to live in trees and drop down unexpectedly, that has actually given me reason to be concerned. Now mind, so far all I've encountered has been cave crickets, ants, the gulper, and the fog crawler. I've not encountered any of the other creatures just yet. Oh, but it is very interesting. It actually makes me a little bit more aware of my environments, and definitely takes away from the what I've come to expect. Now, I said we were going to be exploring our settlements, and I'm not going to make a liar out of myself. So we're going to turn right back around. Well, we've already turned back around. We're going to go right past the Drumlin Diner on the roadside, past this gloriously beautiful Lone Wanderer motorcycle, which has been a continuous feature in the Fallout games. First, I'm going to get rid of these stupid synth crows. That's right, I said synth crows. If you follow the storyline and infiltrate the Institute, you'll notice that there are a number of things in the synth animal studies program that mention synth avians. Alright, now this guy is our first provisioner who we've set up to travel between two of our settlements. And it will be taking the route he'll be taking, which is following this road right here. And we're going to duck under this fallen tree, past this beautiful yellow car. Orange, my apologies. And as you can see, just from the outskirts, we've patched up some of the holes in the already occurring fencing with guard gates, bunkhouses, and the like. We've covered the front of our theater screen with spotlights, a couple of missile turrets, and a generator. We'll be showing off the rest of it very shortly, so hold on here. You may be taking an alternate route. That's alright. There's several ways to get in here. Now, I've left the back end, which is mostly rocky terrain, as is, because there's no real way of covering all that. Not with the limited amount of available materials you have to work with, as far as that you're allotted. You can see this guard gate gives a nice little view of the surrounding area. We actually have a guard stationed at it, but he tends to not go to it for some weird reason. But going here inside the storage part of the screen, we've taken out most of here. We left the cabinet because it's a nice little workspace. We've added one of the Creation Club special lockers, as well as an Edatronic. We've went ahead and added a couch. And one of the Creation Club's houseplants, which boosts happiness. One of the Creation Club bunk beds. And an stunningly awesome Tales magazine poster. We're going to keep following this little path right here to what was already a living space, which we've cleaned up with a happiness rug and another awesome Tales poster. And a second set of bunk beds. And a cooking stove in order to give it more of a homey feel. Right here is one of the first dog houses we'll see at this area, and as you can see, we have one of the Creation Club's golden retrievers. These are beautiful. The only dogs we see other than the mongrels and the wolves and the mutant hounds before Creation Club's add-ons is the German Shepherd dog meat and the Rottweiler dogs, which you can encounter randomly at different spots or through the cages if you decide to mess with the cages in the settlement system. As you can see, we've got 3 settlers over here, each of them wearing a pit boy taken out of Vault 88, who are working on the harvest. We've got our very own Nuka World style Mr. Handy, set up exclusively with Misters acting as one of our spotters. We actually console commanded this I believe it's called an IVS. Since all of my stuff is Brotherhood, plus the lone, your sole survivor is pre-war military. We've left a handful of these pre-war theater speakers here just to leave to the history. We've got our robot workbench right here with another doghouse which features one of the other Creation Club dogs, Dalmatian, which is cuddly and handsome. 4 legs here came from Far Harbor. We purchased him and had him come right over here. Only downside to 4 legs is a little bit of a radiation exposure. We got this barn set up to house our various shops, and we've currently got ourselves a clinic, a clothing merchant, and a general store merchant. As you can tell, everybody's wearing a pit boy, and yes, here is the standard Rottweiler, which we bought from the Far Harbor Super Mutant. Very handsome, sporting a chain collar. We've customized a T-60 suit of power armor and left it right here with the Slocum Joe's Creation Club add-on, which is very nice looking if you ask me. There are 2 versions. One of them is pink with sprinkles, which is a little too cartoony. And yes, this is our very own Slocum Joe's, which we have built here. And right here we have another customized Mr. Handy helper. And for those who are curious, yes, it does beep, and we have modeled it somewhat after Helper from the Venture Brothers. As you can tell, our Slocum Joe's got a couple of different signs here. At night it's real easy to see, real nice. We set up the sandwich board signs right outside. We've got a cigarette machine because reasons. Don't smoke myself, but my settlers ought to have the right. And it kind of looks like there's no power. No, there's power. I may have... Sorry. May just be because it's not dark. I don't know. As you can see, we've got display cases with donuts for right here. And we got a Slocum Joe merchant who I forgot to give his Pit Boy.
I'm sure I have something you need.
Can we trade a few things?
Let's take care of that right now. Sorry about that. That would be my dog who... Excuse me a second. Sorry about that. He gets a little antsy sometimes when he hears noises. We're going to go into our miscellaneous section, which is where our Vault 88 Pit Boys are stored. We're going to give him one because we're not going to be rude and exclude him. And there, doesn't he look nice? We've got boxes of Slocum Joe's donuts. We have an espresso machine for the more sophisticated palate. A number of booths to seat however many of our settlers want to come in. The add-on also includes new posters for Slocum Joe's, which are basically smaller advertisements of the billboard you usually see. Here's one of the new signs, a backlit order board. And as you can see behind our designated sales clerk, we got the new coffee station and donut fryer. These create new consumables which have nice benefits. Over here we've got the Warden, who is a customized Assaultron. And yes, that is the Nuka World Greeter bot, or rather a customized version we call the Sales bot. Aside from the left hand is a nearly identical replica of that exact machine. And yes, that is done using another mod we have. Here we have the iBot pod. It took us forever to find the schematics for that. But with the iBot pod, we can create an iBot who will go out and search for various loot. Oh, and here's another one of our doghouses with our beautiful Great Dane Chase. Unfortunately, you cannot customize the names. I wanted to call him either Scooby or Marmaduke, for obvious reasons, but he is a handsome fellow. And here's our wolf, which we got from the same spot as the other two, Jax. For some reason, I have the weird luck of always getting glowing wolves. I'm not complaining about it, it's just weird. We've got our own Lone Wanderer, which we also commanded in, because I like having a motorcycle here. And we've also got a Nuka-Cola and Vim machine set up. As you can tell, right on top of the theater projector building, we've got ourselves a Vault-Tec nuclear fission generator, which houses the entire facility here with energy. Of course, we've got a turret protecting it. And over here on the side of the building, we've got an ice machine, and of course we've got the other Slocum Joe's order sign, which is the old-fashioned chalkboard kind. We got it over here in order to help add to the old-fashioned authenticity of the dining window of this facility. We're going to hold off going in for just a half a second, because going around we've got our salvage bin and another one of our guard posts. We left the original fencing over here to act as somewhat of a gate, kind of an added measure of defense. And going up this guard post, now that the Warden has stepped off, we got a fairly nice little view here. Checking out this tiny little shack here, we've got a pair of bunk beds in order to help house part of our people. And yes, we added this Nuka World 1. I don't know why it sunk into the ground like that. I was standing fairly flat. It just kind of did this. But that's alright. Canonically, the bombs did cause some vehicles and structures to melt into the ground, because it shifted the... I don't really know how to explain it properly. I'm not smart enough for that. But as you can see here, we've got our facial reconstruction person who is sporting a Vault-Tec lab coat and fashionable glasses because some magics. And of course we have our barber, and yes, he's not wearing a Tunnel Snake's outfit, Although we do have the Tunnel Snakes Rule Creation Club DLC, don't worry, you'll get to see that in a future Fallout 4, or rather Fallout Holstein video. But the reason he's wearing a greaser outfit with the pompadour and everything is a subtle nod to Butch from Fallout 3, since Fallout 4 is technically a semi-direct sequel to Fallout 3. As we encounter characters such as McCready and the Nuka-Cola fangirl, whose name I've forgotten. I apologize for that. We've got our signal here, and of course the merchant station. We got another doghouse, but that dog, I guess, is wandering somewhere. But that's okay, because over here is our boxer, a handsome little fella called Smokey. And personally, while it's not for everybody, they are 200 credits each. I personally love having the extra dogs. I'm a dog lover, I'll admit. Right up here on this booth, we have a modified Nuka World style Protectron with RoboBrain treads. What better permanent guard to have right here by the Nuka-Cola store than a living Nuka-Cola machine? And yeah, we got Slocum Joe's on one side and Nuka-Cola on the other. Nuka-Cola is significantly bigger, I'll admit. We've got the Wild West portion of Nuka World's watering trough, and I'm drawing a blank here at the moment. Basically the banister for putting your horses at. In this case I was thinking Brahmin. But we've got the Nuka World Nuka Quantum X01 Power Armor right here. Since we got a Slocum Joe's one over there, it only seemed fair. We've got Bottle on one side and Cappy on the other, acting as greeters. And a fully lit Nuka-Cola sign right on top. Yes, the entire structure is built with the same materials as Slocum Joe's. It only seemed fair and fitting. We used blue for Slocum and red for Nuka-Cola because reasons. If you go in one door, you can see Cappy in cardboard form and Bottle in the other. And we've got a similar setup with booths in front of the windows. We've got trash cans on either end, plus Nuka World clocks. We went ahead and added the extra appeal of game machines and a token dispenser. And of course, we've got our Nuka-Cola vendor right here. There are other signs I meant to put up, did not have the materials to do so, but we do have our mixer stations for Quantum and Victory. They seem to be the most pre-world specific. We've got a Nuka Girl flat sign. Behind the scenes, we've got one of the Creation Club's interactive refrigerators filled mainly with Nuka-Cola, but also with the occasional Vim bottle. We've got a soft drink dispenser right here on this counter next to the sink, next to the stove, which is another Creation Club mod. A beautifully designed one, old school. Of course, we got the employees only sign here. I'm technically the manager, so I can go where I want. Going right in here, we've got, of course, the lavatory sign from the Wasteland Workshop for vaults, along with a cleanliness is godliness sign, because they did not have an employees must wash their hands sign. We've got two bathroom stalls set up right here, and right here, and an area right in the middle for employees to change. We've also sporting one of the Nuka Girl signs, the one where she's drinking the cola, which I thought was a nice little touch. We might head up to the top of the sign last, but for now let's head right over here where we've got a Nuka World hot dog vendor set up. I wish you could assign somebody to it, that'd be kind of cool. We're going to go right in here and right inside. There's not really much to see, honestly. We've taken off most of it, so we got the shelves here. We've got a sink still in the stove, in the refrigerator. because again, we're trying to keep with as much of the authentic feel as we can. We did get rid of the mattress that was up here, but unfortunately couldn't get rid of the skeleton. So basically up here is just basically a spy walk. As we go down and out, and take a look at our generator, which thankfully is mostly on this. It was a little bigger than I expected it to be, but that went for both versions. But going right over here on this catwalk, we've got one of our mini missile turrets. Why missiles? Because they do the most damage. And here's our Vault-Tec population management system. Where better to put it than where I can see everything? And of course, we took advantage of the fact there's this big sinkhole that was originally filled with radiation barrels sitting right here, and it was a perfect spot to just add in our water station. We put it right here so that we were on the shallowest end where we could actually get to the spigot. Anyways, we're going to head right up here just for a brief moment to get the lay of the land. I like how you can see through this part of the sign. This makes us a perfect sniper nest for when there are creatures trying to take advantage of our area. But just look at this. You've got a beautiful 360-degree view here. I mean, just this view alone makes this little area perfect. And I know we've spent almost a half hour just talking about this already, but honestly, can you blame me? I mean, look at this. This is absolutely gorgeous. Post-apocalyptic or not, this is the kind of view you would pay to see. Well, it's the kind of view I'd pay to see. Because I suppose I am weird that way. We did kind of have to cheat a little bit. I mean, we didn't really cheat, we just got lucky. So essentially, the catwalk here is just welded to hold it in place, housing these two missile turrets, which are each powered by a small generator. Them and the one down in the front are the only exceptions to the single generator thing, and that's because, again, didn't have enough materials lying around to just run it the whole way. A little bit disappointed in that, but it is what it is. And now, Geronimo! Buzz Lightyear to the rescue! Yeah, this is a good spot for this area. I mean, it's pretty close to a few different locations. And honestly, I think that... Hold on just a half sec. Humor me for a second, everybody. Because when I was setting this settlement up, I was trying to find a railroad track that I remembered passing through when I was doing the series Let's Play before. And for some reason, I kept getting turned around, could not find it. And the only reason I was trying to find it is because there was something I remembered being on the track that I wanted to snag, because I didn't get it during this playthrough. This is my main build, for those who are curious. And it doesn't look like I'm going to. Just give me a minute here. Because I believe it was like just a random suit of power armor and a storage container on the train. And I didn't get it on this one. I guess I was not really paying attention to it. This is not the train car. And no, this is not the area, because the area I was thinking of did not have all this. Feral Ghoul. Maybe we'll get lucky and see some of the Nuka Roll DLC ghouls. Oh yeah, and I don't know if this is a glitch caused by the mods I have installed or just a glitch in general, but for some reason there are a lot of ghouls who I killed in a previous build who are coming up as hostile. But they're not moving. Like, they basically stay where I killed them. Kind of just a weird little thing. I think that one just glitched and got stuck in the ground. Whoops. Yeah, see? I say, for all intent and purpose, I am basically just literally beating a dead horse. I mean, honestly, this is just kind of sad. I mean, I'm fully believing the whole double tap rule to start with. But like, seriously, just shooting guys that are already dead, I mean, that's just... I don't know. I mean, it's par for the course for Fallout standards, but it's like, whatever. And yeah, I've gone the opposite direction of where I was thinking, so... Moving on, there's not really that many new settlements to explore, to be perfectly honest about it. However, there is one. Now, that one is way down south, the southernmost one you can do, as a matter of fact. At least I think it is. Give me a quick check. And yes, technically it is. I mean, Somerville Place is close. I mean, it's the southwesternmost one, but as far as dead southernmost one, this is it. We only have one person there so far. But let's go check it out. In the words of the Extreme Elimination Challenges, host Captain Guy, let's go! Now, for some weird reason, whenever I go someplace or pass through a door, I just randomly end up in places, and I don't know why. But yes, we're currently at the Water construction site. For some reason, I couldn't move the heavy loader, but that's alright, and I could have swore I got shot just now.
Hey, General.
Okay, we got random Minutemen walking through here, even though this is Brotherhood turf. I mean, yes, I'm technically the General and the Sentinel, but still. We've got a few of our dogs here. Percy, Ollie, and the Rottweiler.
That clicking noise from your pit boy can't be good.
Reese. Let's take a little stroll around the outside real quick. As you can see, for the most part, it is metal walls all the way around. That is because we're here at a swamp. Swamps tend to be areas where super mutants, ghouls, thought I heard something, and Mirelurks tend to cavort. We've got this large gate here for the purpose of allowing caravans in and out rather easily. Now, unfortunately, it did glitch. There was no way of attaching them to each other. So, from a realistic standpoint, things like mole rats and all could get in fairly easily. So could ghouls. And we had to improvise in certain spots. Well, that's alright. Everybody deals with it. Before we started recording, I actually encountered a Deathclaw and a Gator Claw here. They were torn between trying to attack my walls and trying to attack each other. I actually had to repair my missile turrets as a result. I guess they got so close that it self-detonated. But even though this is a very thick, muggy, foggy area, it is still nice. You can see what I basically constructed to be a shooter's nest. And above it, well, you'll see what's above it soon enough, even though right now it just looks like a big shack. My sincere apologies. Throat's a little dry. Let me get a swig of my Nuka Cherry. I call it Nuka Cherry. It's actually an IBC cherry water mix. It does taste about like a flat soda, which is basically what every single soft drink in Fallout is. So for me it works. Anyways, moving around, you come to this gate right here, which I don't know why the door's open. I guess the Minutemen came through. But it's protected by a pair of heavy laser turrets. Matter of fact, the only gate not protected by any sort of firearm is the main gate for the caravans. As you can see on the roof, we've got another one of those massive Vault-Tec generators. This is a very hilly area, so building here is always a little tricky. We're actually not too far, I think, from an area that's actually one of the various checkpoints that the Brotherhood uses. It's easy to find because it's got a downed vertibird right in the middle of it. Oh, scene, yeah, dogs. Dog, and apparently us. And a full suit of power armor can pass right through into there, so that's going to be a vulnerable spot. Anyway, I don't remember this building here. I don't know why. Pretty sure I've explored everything over here. And I'm pretty sure that's a tugboat over there. This is Moonshadow Explorer, so we may explore that area soon enough. For now, let's get back. We'll go right back through that first gate. Well, not really that first gate, that last gate. I said we'll go right back through that. Where's the gate?
What I wouldn't give for a good.
Ugh. There it is. We'll go right back through here. As you see, we built a nice little sheltered area where people can stand guard or just get out of the rain. Following this concrete floor, which actually looks like steel, we come to what's basically the power armor hangar. And right next to it is our signal. And over there is one of our one and only water generator here. The power armor hangar is where we put our weapons and armor workbenches. Made sense to me. And right here, we've got a T-60 suit proudly brandishing the swamp power armor paint job. Now mind, this isn't a specifically lore-friendly paint scheme, but it does look nice, and it is perfectly suited for the area we're in. Right next to it, we've got a partial T-60 suit with a jetpack. And next to it, we've got a chromed out T-45 T-60 hybrid. As this is a Brotherhood facility, I did not want to leave any future settlers without any means of protection. Now the workbench here already had this little structure on it, and unfortunately I couldn't tear it down. If I could, I would have built something better. Over there is, of course, the merchant stand. We got our Brotherhood flag right here. And before we head up into the shack, you're probably wondering, what's with this little Vault-Tec facility here? Well, yes, while it does kind of stand out, not necessarily in a good way, I built it as a bunkhouse for settlers. And since each bunk bed counts as 2 beds, that's a total of 12 settlers that can fit in this tiny little space. And of course, they have a way of going straight out into the swamp to attack. We'll head up there in just a second, but here's our little shooter's nest. It's pretty wide. 3 or 4 people can fit in here comfortably and take pot shots off at death claws, gator claws, gulpers, anglers, or whatever else decides to show up. I've not actually seen any anglers yet, but I'm sure we will eventually. Flying right up here. We'll head inside the remains of this house, which we built over top of, where we've got our barber station and facial reconstruction station. And heading up these little steps right here, we can see the huge space I've constructed, which basically acts, one, as an overlook for taking shots at enemies, but the main purpose of it is to act as a dining hall. It is lit well enough. Of course, we got the cooking stove here. We've got a chem station over here. We've added a Silicon Joe's coffee station and a soda fountain. We had to build that raised platform because part of the shrapnel of the house below prevented us from properly building on it. And thanks to this little piece right here, you could easily take shots down into this area below if enemies got inside the gates. We're going to take advantage of this little glitch right here to get right on top of the roof so you can take a look at how this setup is. You got a number of these little energy receivers set up to help provide lights through the area. And of course we got the missile turrets. They got the longest range in my personal opinion. We only got like one right here to kind of help cover this blind spot. And since we've only got one settler plus the 3 dogs, I wanted to make sure... Okay, we do have 2 up here. Anyways, I wanted to make sure this area was properly covered. Especially since that one settler is having to do all of the farming right now. But yeah, that's Murk Water. 42 minutes in. We got a little bit of time to kill. So why don't we take a look here and see where we can go. Now we don't really have anything else new to add. But you never really know what enemies you're going to encounter where now, which has me excited on a personal level. We're going to head back to Spectacle Island. Spectacle Island, as all of you may know, is where I've got one of my wolves, and it's also where I've got no settlers whatsoever. Mainly I have... Oh, sorry everyone. Alright, sorry about that everybody, real life interruptions and all. Now, again, I'm still stumped by this guy. His corpse has been here ever since I found this place, and it's never disappeared. There's no real rhyme or reason for it. Now, I did change things up. I did have a few smaller generators set up in various places. Now I've got a few larger ones. I realized I could place that on this former awning in order to provide power a little more efficiently. Doesn't stand out near as badly that way. Y'all wouldn't mind me just split second here. Because I'm semi-distracted at the moment, I'm having to take care of one little bitty thing. But don't worry, I'll be done within just a very brief moment. Alrighty. Now, I've already shown you all that before. There's nothing real new there to add, but as you can see right up there, I did add on to this broken structure. And as you can see, and it has mutated yet again. Alright, as everyone knows, I did capture a Deathclaw here at one point, using a cage, which I will show because I repaired it. That Deathclaw mutated into a chameleon, which mutated into a matriarch, then back to a regular Deathclaw, and now it's apparently a matriarch again. Hold on. We're going to equip Sentinel's Squire. Yep, it is a matriarch again, I'm pretty sure. And it's just barely out of range. I don't know why it keeps changing. It's funny and it's weird. We're going to go right inside here. I did move the counter from over there to over here. Our surgery station's still right there. But inside we have added a little bit of a Slocum's Joe. That way if I ever do decide to start having settlers here, they have a spot to stay. Going up the stairs, you can see where I've moved the salon. I've used Slocum's Joe's flooring and a little bit of scrap flooring to more or less restore this area to create a usable space. I've not decided what I'm going to use it for just yet. But knowing that I can is nice enough for now. I need to put some crops here. If you'll give me just a half a second to do that right quick. I keep saying half a second. And I guess I'm going to need to make a new design for that. Yes, for those who have been following me on my DeviantArt account, greatdragonseru.deviantart.com, you'll have noticed that I have finally come up with template designs for potential future merch. I'll try and leave a link to that for anyone interested. There we go. Now I can harvest some the need if I want. But yeah, I've got 3 templates up. Mind, I don't have any actual products up. These are just conceptual designs. I'll try to remember to leave a link in the video description so you can go check those out. So if you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them. But anyways, in this one bus, which originally had nothing in it, I've added a pair of the lockers, a bed, a bench, houseplant, and rug in order to give a little bunk space. Basically turned it into a tiny house. Of course, we still have our Raider pack bus, which is neat. Too bad the Ghoulorilla isn't like the feral ghoul, where it's still sentient and alive. The Brahmin furniture is still a little creepy, I'll admit. And honestly, it probably says something about my mental state when I'm okay with having mannequins that have been dressed up as company. I am so lonely. I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not. I am and I'm not. We did add some bracings here because this looked weird just hovering above the ground, so yay, now it actually looks like it's being supported. Yeah, Kate. As you all know, we had a few of these robots roaming around. For some reason, I think one of them's not registering, either that or the dogs aren't registering. It's weird either way. We've got the ones that are damaged, not usable for anything really in here, just I guess just to give the disciples spot a little bit of use. We've not really done anything at all with the ship. I don't really know if there's anything I can do with the ship. We got this space. We fixed it up a little bit. I don't have the stuff to repair those 2 cages to get us any new pets, which is too bad. Yeah, I don't know where that Deathclaw's roamed off to. For anyone who's played Fallout for a long time like I have, they are remarkably quick and stealthy when they choose to be. Here's another one of those random settlers who's dead, can't do nothing about it. I did add a little catwalk kind of thing here so I could get on the roof, because I changed out how this was set up by using a massive Vault-Tec reactor in order to power all this instead of a bunch of little ones. That saved me in order to save myself on some materials, and I think it worked out in the end. Although the way you can see the sparks on this one makes me concerned I'm making myself a target. We're going to hop on down here, because it looks like the cage has shut back, which means apparently the Deathclaw's been coming in here to check to see if it's got a new playmate. There's one of our other robots. And apparently you have a remarkably large area to work with here, which is amazing. I mean, you can actually go a little ways into the water. But anywho, we're going to get right up here. We're going to disable this pylon for it. And we have another Deathclaw. Hopefully it'll realize that there's a gate down here soon instead of walking into the corner. It'll figure it out eventually. I don't know where the other one went. It's around here somewhere, but yeah, the perimeter goes quite a ways. You actually go way down past here. I've been debating... There's our other one. I've been debating tearing this structure down and building something new. Don't know what to do with it. Let's take a look over here. And nope, it did not turn into a regular Deathclaw. It turned into an alpha. It didn't turn into a matriarch. It turned into an alpha. That is awesome. So now we've got 2 Deathclaws roaming. Now, I know with the cages, they're supposed to drastically increase the odds of you being attacked by the same species that you've captured. That being said, I find it very unlikely that Deathclaws are just going to randomly swim over here. Unless, of course, they're replaced by Gator Claws, which are an amphibious. And if that happens, I might be in trouble. But anyways, everybody, we're nearing the hour mark, and I'm sure you're tired of seeing me look at settlements, especially ones we've already done. So let's try and find us a fairly busy little area, which should have something to fight. And I'm going to say the best spot for that should be... well, maybe not the Forgotten Church, but that's as good a place to start as any. Let's see what shows up, shall we?
That clicking noise from your Pip-Boy can't be good.
Oh, we've got a mythic. I am stupid. I meant to switch out of that. I forgot I had it. Let's go with my tri-laser, which I have trouble controlling. Bad day, bad day, bad day! I am... oh, jeez. Give me the option to punch. Give me the option to punch. Yeah, I cannot control that very well. This thing's got horrible recoil. It mutated it. Yep, it mutated. Oh crap! Okay, hold on. Party starter! Oh, that worked. I'm surprised it worked, but it worked. And now we've got the Vance Enhanced Metal Right Arm. And I thought it was a legendary as well. I was wrong. Good boy, dog meat. Where's Kate? There she is. Okie dokie then. I did not figure we'd be in the action that quickly. Give me just a minute. I'm going to give y'all some more excitement. Woo! Whoa. I forgot I had a jetpack. Die, winged spawn of Satan! Okay, maybe a rocket launcher was a bit of an overreaction. But I don't like mosquitoes. I mean, I'm terrified of spiders, but mosquitoes annoy me. Still, I'll admit that was a major overreaction. Let's find... There we go, our overcharged Gatling laser. Should be a little more fair. I cannot tell if that's magma or water, to be honest. Why am I putting that away? This is a dangerous area. What is here? What is this? We have found our first evidence of anglers and something else killed it. The question is what? Maybe that scorpion did it. I don't know. I do find it odd that the angler would be way out here so far from water. That is unusual. Not to mention nonsensical. I honestly keep hoping we run into some Nuka creatures. That would be kind of cool. Now, I don't know if... Oh. Bloodworms! Jeez. And mole rats. This is nice. Holy. Scorpions and bloodworms and mole rats. Woo! That was exciting. And I was about to say, why can't I loot you? That was being weird. See, strangely, the albinos are actually the least creepy looking ones. You see, I almost feel bad that it was a baby one that died. I don't know, when it's baby ones, it just, I don't know, there's something weird. It's like, it's wrong. Like, it's not wrong, but it feels wrong. I don't know. I am bizarre. I'm making no sense. We are at the hour mark, so we want to find at least one or two more enemies, and then we want to call this quits, get someplace safe. I'm kind of keeping my eyes out, hoping for maybe something semi-impressive. I don't know. Let's go toward the flag. The flag seems like a good thing to go toward for this purpose. I was about to say, I thought I broke that. Of course, I also thought I left that door open, so... And, okay, strangely enough, one of the Mechanist's old salvage bots is in here, and it looks interesting. I don't know what you found, dog meat, but it probably ain't nothing important. We've looted pretty much everything important out of there. Alright, that was a let down, and where are you? Come on, you scorpion. In the words of another scorpion, get over here! Oh, come on! Quit playing hide and seek! Come on, are you a scorpion or a graboid?
Good. Thought it was me.
Face me like a scorpion instead of a bloodworm. Aha! You are more of a threat in Fallout New Vegas. Are there more than one of you here? That explains it. Tag team tactics, huh? That's only fair. I mean, I've got a whole team of my own. You realize how much of a pain it is to fix these suits of armor? Why do you look different? Well, I guess I'll never find out now. It did. It turned into ash. Always a chance you take. Oh well. I said we'd fight one more and find someplace safe to stop. I'd be a man of me word. But I don't know where to go. Well, where do I go? No. You know what, let's end this back at the Red Rocket. It's always a good spot to end things. Most interesting looking, but most useless gun ever. Okay, maybe not the most useless, but I never have any luck with these things. Like, at all. Like, they do not do near the amount of damage you would expect an arc gun to do. It is essentially an electrical-based railgun, and it really is underwhelming given the hype you seem to get with it. Or maybe it is just me, I don't know. I hope I'm not on an endless load screen again, that would stink. Yay, I'm not. Alright. Now, real quick, for those who are interested, yes, once you get the dogs from the Creation Club DLC and complete the initial quest to find them, you do have a chance on unlocking them with the dog cages. By that I mean you do have a chance when you use a dog cage to capture random dogs on one of the DLC ones being in them. They seem to have a higher chance than the mongrels and the Rottweilers for whatever weird reason. I don't know why. That's just how it is. And Piper is enjoying the fact that she can come up here and just sit on me throne. And some of you may be wondering, what do I think about the allegedly confirmed details regarding certain theories fans had about Fallout 4, such as, you know, the sole survivor being a synth. Well, to be honest, it makes sense and it doesn't make sense all at once, that particular little notion. Do I disagree with it? Not entirely. I do see how it can be, how people can believe that. And for those wondering what this is basically an armor pieced together from Rust Devil armor. Basically robot armor parts. Just something I wanted to do because I had the Mechanist's armor on display over here. Something I thought would be interesting. But I'm getting off topic. Anyways, everybody, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this little segment of Moonshadow Explorers Fallout 4. If you liked today's video, let us know by giving us a high 5 to that like button down below. And as always, if you didn't like it, feel free to express your displeasure by frag grenading that dislike button. As always, if you're new to the channel, if this is your first introduction to the Moonshadow Mystery channel, feel free to click my name above the video description down below to go see what other videos we have in store, including previous segments of Moonshadow Explorers, as well as all the different segments of Moonshadow Plays. And for those wondering why some videos may be a little easier to find or harder to find now, I apologize for that. I am currently having to, because I didn't do it in any previous game videos, I didn't think about it in previous videos. But I'm currently trying little by little to go back through and recategorize some of the Let's Play videos to the gaming sector. Right now, everything I've done has been in the entertainment sector, which has been very misleading, and I apologize for that. I mean, even though what we're doing is technically entertainment, for the purpose of entertainment, I did not mean to mislabel or mislead anybody in any way, shape, or form. If you feel that I did, I sincerely apologize for that fact. Let me go over here, because after I get done recording, I'm going to have to repair this armor anyway. Anyways, feel free to check out our other character videos, impersonation videos. Review videos, reaction videos, song covers, etc. And one of my dogs has gotten in the way of the camera. Doesn't that just figure? There we go. That's got that repaired, and that's got that ready. Don't it just look nice? But anyways, if you aren't new to the channel, if you've been coming here for a while now, and think you're ready to take the dive and join our rainbow-eyed hive, that's what we call our subscribers, go ahead and tap that subscriber button down below. And to know when new content's available, with instant notifications to your smart device, email, etc., ring-a-ding-ding that notification bell icon. Of course, as always, feel free to leave your comments, tips, tricks, hints, suggestions, questions, requests, recommendations, or anything else in the comment section down below. Please keep them friendly, and by that I mean keep them respectful and keep them in decent language. While it's true Fallout 4 is an adult-oriented series, as are all of the Fallout games that we have done so far, which include Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4, and Fallout Brotherhood of Steel. I do still want to keep the chat room area as clean and friendly as possible. Please and thank you. I will be sure to read each and every comment left there as they arrive and do my best to answer them at a timely fashion. Of course, feel free to stay tuned to the end credits or check the video description down below for other ways you can be involved with us here on the channel, including the previously mentioned DeviantArt account, greatdragonsaru.deviantart.com, the Facebook group, the Rainbow-Eyed Hive. Don't forget to hit us up on Steam and join our Steam group, which is again the Rainbow-Eyed Hive. The Steam group is a new addition to our list of ways you can be involved with us here on the channel. We'll be using our Steam group as a way of trying to coordinate with Let's Play events, as far as multiplayer events such as Dragon Ball Xenoverse and Xenoverse 2. You can also check us out on Twitter, which is Moonshadow_MYST. And feel more than welcome to submit fan art. Be sure to include a link to the original, a name we can associate with, and properly credit us for our character, if you choose to make fan arts of our character. Or if you just have fan art you want to feature around any of the products we visit here on the channel. We hope you enjoyed today's video. Have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your week, and a great weekend ahead, depending on when you get around to seeing today's video. We have other projects currently in the works. I'm sure you've already checked out our previous ones, including our Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 special, and all the previous episodes we've done of it. We know Dragon Ball Super recently finished. If you want to know what our thoughts are on the series finale, head over to our DeviantArt account or check the Facebook group, the Rainbow-Eyed Hive, where we continue our First Thoughts segment in text format. If you ever want to see a video of any of those First Thoughts reviews, let us know that. And of course, everyone, we have Patreon up and running. We don't have very many rewards. If you have a suggestion for a Patreon reward exclusive, let us know that in the comment section, either over on the Patreon page or down in the comment section of this video right here. As of right now, anyone who decides to support us on Patreon will get their name featured in the credits of an upcoming project. They'll have instant access to our scripts that we've written. Mind, we haven't written a whole awful lot, but there are a couple. And they'll also have access to original character bios of some of our OCs. Patrons will also be able to suggest Patreon exclusive videos, which will either be uploaded exclusively to the Patreon page, or will be a Patreon recommended video for here on the channel. Mind, that goes back to the mention of DeviantArt. Those templates were originally designs that we were considering for potentially Patreon rewards members. Now, mind, that would require a fairly reasonable support payment, because it takes money to make those kinds of products. But if that's something you'd like to see us try and create in order to make available to you, the viewer, let us know that down below. And don't mind Jezebel T67, she is a pain in the butt. Sorry, I went off on a canter, everybody. I got sidetracked by my own thoughts. Happens a lot. That's why the disclaimer is in the credits, in the video description, and all that mess. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We hope to see you right back here, same Changeling time, same Changeling channel, in the next video. And remember, don't go changing for anyone but yourselves. Take care, and we will see you right back here next time.
Mr. P, how's it going in Equestria? I'm another world away, but Billy, you look so pretty, yes you do. Rainbow ain't got nothing on you. Hey dear Mr. B, don't you worry, don't you fret. I'll be there if you get lonely.